this summer edition of The Lead. I'm Gabriella Mercurio. Here's your first story. This month marked the 156th anniversary of Juneteenth, the commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States. It commemorates the day in 1865 when a Union general rode into Galveston, Texas to announce the Civil War ended and slaves were free. Chief Inclusion Officer of Alachua County, Yvette Carter, says the news traveled slow and that the exact dates of emancipation differed from state to state.
So the celebration of Juneteenth really is kind of the culmination of all the southern states then being notified and freed. But it would be robbery if I didn't say that May 20th, 1865 was actually the date that Florida was notified of the Emancipation Proclamation.
Juneteenth officially became a national holiday this year. The Supreme Court ruled the NCAA cannot prohibit student athletes from receiving payment. The Lead's Jolina Esperto got the perspective of a current student athlete and a former student athlete.
University of Florida track and field and cross-country runner Maria Fernandez says payment may help athletes make it to the finish line.
I think that you can still be a collegiate athlete and make profit from, say, being sponsored by some kind of like hydration pill or something like that, while still representing your university and it's under your name.
Previously, California's Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against the NCAA's policy regarding non-cash education-related benefits. In 2019, California's legislature voted to allow college athletes to earn money for personal brands.
Especially if there's a name to you, it's like your brand, you're creating your brand.
You know, we look at certain sports where athletes leave early to go to the pros. Maybe they can use, some of that funding or money to come back and get their education.
Torian Pace played football at Youngstown State University in Ohio. He's neutral when it comes to this issue.
It's important for the fan to take a step back and to really take their mind out of the glitz and glamour on Saturdays or whenever there's game day and really somehow just imagine, the athlete not as just an entertainer, but, a human being.
The NCAA believes the amateur label among college athletes promotes the athletic programs. In Florida, a similar law regarding college athletes and payment takes effect July 1st. With COVID cases decreasing and vaccination rates increasing, many people are getting back in the groove of their normal life. However, as the Lead's Violet Cumber-Weiland shows us, it's not as easy for those who are still at a high risk.
Immunocompromised individuals struggled the hardest during the COVID pandemic, causing emotional and physical effects. Tyler Cohen attends Florida Southern College in Lakeland. He has asthma, so he opted to continue remote learning last semester.
I had to make the mature decision to care about my health and, be remote because I couldn't risk catching COVID. I couldn't risk being around people that had it.
Cohen was isolated throughout the pandemic because of his condition.
It was very difficult just because also I had some friends I see on social media and they act like COVID didn't exist. And they're over there still living their life, having a good time.
According to University of Florida Clinical Associate Professor of Epidemiology, Dr. Cindy Prinz, these issues still remain.
The caveat that they're not gone, COVID's not gone. And unfortunately, in places, there are pockets of people who are not vaccinated, where you have lower rates of vaccination.
Prince says with the new normal, many challenges are presented to those with fragile health. Many healthy individuals face a much lower risk of getting COVID following vaccinations. Immunocompromised patients, though, may not be so lucky.
The vaccine is probably only about maybe 50-55% effective for those folks. And, also for people who are on some medications that cause them to be immunocompromised.
Cohen recently became fully vaccinated. He says he is beginning to feel comfortable resuming with most of his normal activities again.
It's definitely been a big relief. It's been the catalyst to allow me to gain control of my life again after COVID.
Dr. Prinz says she expects to see a much more suitable atmosphere for immunocompromised patients by the end of the year. However, she notes it may be much longer before they can fully return to normal. Violet Cumber-Weiland, The Lead.
A new form of transportation made its way to Gainesville. Electric scooters are available to rent through the city's micromobility pilot program. The e-scooters are described as a sustainable, low-cost option for short-distance trips. You can pick up and drop off your scooter at any designated geo-fenced parking area found on the scooter's mobile app from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. To view the complete story and for any of your other news needs, check out WUFT.org. And if you're looking for a place to eat eat this summer, the Lede's Erica Klesse and Nadia Cox have you covered. They found several eateries around Gainesville of varying price points for you to try.
Welcome to Gator Grub. This is a specialty food segment created by Erica Klesse, me, and my partner, Nadia Cox. We visited local restaurants around Gainesville that range from low, medium, and high price points. Let's get started.
Now that businesses are opening back up, let's take a look at some of the most popular local places to eat at in Gainesville.
You'll see a few familiar favorites and some hidden gems you may not have heard of. Finding authentic Cuban food north of Tampa is usually unheard of, but Miapa Latin Cafe is one that many patrons say is a standout.
Located on Southwest 34th Street, Miapa serves all things Cuban, from croquettes to hot-pressed Cuban sandwiches that are prepared in traditional Miami or Ybor style.
One of our popular dishes is chicken and rice. People usually get it with our sweet plantains and black beans, and then we also have Cuban sandwiches, of course, which they are one of the most popular and best-selling.
For our vegetarians, vegans, and others with dietary needs, Sababa may be the right option for you.
It's located in the Sun Center downtown. Sababa specializes in Mediterranean and Israeli dishes.
My favorite one would be moussahan. It's chicken thighs stewed in onions, garlic, and sumac, then shredded, reduced pine nuts and cilantro on top. It's actually the national Palestinian dish. It's fantastic.
Love pizza? At Satchel's, pizzas aren't the only works of art. If you're in the mood for a good pie and some scenery, Satchel's might just be right up your alley.
Home to pencil tables, trophy walls, decorative overhangs, and its own dining car, Satchel's Pizza is quintessentially Gainesville.
Complete with indoor and outdoor seating, Satchel's offers a great atmosphere to catch up with friends.
Live performances are also available. Guests have the opportunity to purchase craft drinks at their bar.
Everybody always would say, why don't you do garlic knots or breadsticks? Our bread's really good, but our ovens are really full of pizzas. So when the pandemic hit, we didn't have as many customers. And so we said, we'll do we call them Satch Sticks. And they were a big hit, but then once we got busy again, we stopped doing them, but we decided to do them on Tuesdays.
That's it for this edition of The Lead. Make sure to tune in next month for our special July show. I'm Gabriella Mercurio. Thanks for watching.